Hello everyone, the Lord Man here. People always ask me, no they don't, how are you so good at Minecraft Skywars? The answer to that are 5 main steps which help you become better at Minecraft Skywars. Just a reminder, these are steps that I use. This could be different for every Hive YouTuber and Skywars YouTubers, but these are just the 5 steps that I think are the most important. So with that said, let's get on with the video. Rule number 1 is organising your hotbar. Now, organising your hotbar is one of the most important things you can do in the game. Like right now, as I take all this stuff, I put the blocks right next to my pickaxe. This helps with block trapping because you can easily switch to your pickaxe, break the block, switch to your blocks, and place the blocks so they fall into the void. Now, trapping isn't something that's super useful, that's why it's not on this list. You don't need to win a game by trapping someone, it's just for fun. Now, I put the snowballs right next to my sword, which is another great thing to do. It's because hitting someone with a snowball, and then right after hitting them with a sword, means it's way easier to hit someone with a really good combo, which is extremely important in the game. Another great thing to do is have a book or an ender pearl on the very far right of your hotbar. It makes it easier to switch to it if you want to make an escape or quickly heal up. Tip number 2 is always mine redstone ore. A lot of new players overlook it because it's not diamond or emerald, it's not super shiny, but it's in fact really incredibly useful in the game. It actually gives you 1 absorption heart up to a total of 5, which gives you 1.5 times your max HP. As you can see, I'm mining them. I gain 1 golden heart above my original red hearts. Now you may be thinking, can you get golden apples in this game, and do they stack with the absorption hearts? The answer is yes, there is golden apples, but no, they don't stack. They used to, but it got removed in the balanced update recently, so if you're going to play now, then don't try it. Tip number 3 is using a bow or snowballs. Now you might be like, I know how to use a bow and snowballs. Well, it's a little different on the Hive. Projectiles have increased gravity, if you will. They don't go as far and they fall sooner, making it harder to hit targets from really far away. Now this doesn't mean that they're useless. No, in fact they're still one of the most important items in the entire game. Hitting someone into the void is effectively an instant kill, even if you have no armor and they've got full diamond. I've sat on my base barely in full chainmail, killing people with full diamond using this tactic. Now, here are some clips which just show how OP they can be. I mean, they couldn't even do anything, they just died, even if they would have killed me in a hand-to-hand combat. Trick number 4 is battle style. Now, battle style is something that's super important within the game, but unfortunately it can only really be utilised in console or PC versions, considering mobile players might find it more difficult to turn around or hit a target. What I mean by battle style is how well you can perform in hand-to-hand combat. This is using swords rather than bows or snowballs. Now, it's incredibly easy to think, just hit play with sword, which is what I was thinking before I really got into it, but it's much more complicated than that. Let me give you a brief example. For this part, I needed the help of my good friend, Professor Ripai. He was here to help demonstrate what a bad battle style looks like. As you can see, we're just hitting each other back and forth. None of us are getting any combos, not dealing any significant damage, so it's a pretty awful technique. Now that you know what a bad technique looks like, let's move on to what a good technique looks like. As soon as I see this person engage with me, it's obvious to tell they've got better loot than me. Not only have they got the prop 1 diamond helmet, they also probably have 5 redstone hearts, which is way more than I've got. But as you can see, by turning around the target, slowly circling them, I can hit them way more times than they can hit me, even if they've got better loot than me. He ends up bailing, and ended up actually killing him because he falls off the map or something. Which, is a good example of how you should play. Tip number 5 is speed bridging, and what I like to call slow bridging. The first rule of speed bridging or slow bridging is to assume that everyone around you has a bow. If you can see someone in the distance, even looking at you, don't try to bridge. If you have an ender pearl, use that, or mine some gold until you get yourself a knockback boombox. But if someone's chasing you, or you need to get someplace quickly, speed bridging is a very useful technique. If this is not the case, slow bridging would be more useful, as speed bridging is quite risky. Let me demonstrate both to you. Now, slow bridging is a much more safe option. It's where you just place a block, stand on the block you made, and just do it like this. It's pretty self-explanatory and very easy. As you can see, I didn't even die once while slow bridging, although it's an extremely slow and painful method to be able to do. Now, speed bridging is much more efficient, much faster, but much more unsafe. Now, how I like to speed bridge is I like to place a block so I know where my cursor is to place the block. I don't move my cursor, and I sprint forward and mash the place button. Now, you may be thinking, I see loads of big YouTubers do this so much more easily than you. Well, this is because they're on PC, and I'm on console. So I suppose this is more the console method, to be honest. Now, as a little bonus thing, I would like to talk about knockback boomboxes. They're pretty tricky to use first time, so I thought this might help. All you need to do is place it and run in front of it, and it will launch you very, very far. It's also helpful to jump, which will make you go further. I hope you enjoyed this little tips and tricks video. I couldn't really do this without PSRiPi demonstrating their little thing, so go check them out. And see ya.